Hi y'all, Julia here on this very pleasant Saturday, April the 2nd, 2022. Hope everybody's doing great whatever time of day this finds you. It was deep blue skies, but then mysteriously lines started appearing behind planes, and now it's been whited out some, but whatever, maybe that's for a good cause. As long as that's been going on, no one's ever really given conclusive evidence as to why. But yeah, we live in a interesting reality. So it's really awesome that we have the magic of the internet. It has so many benevolent things about it. Because if it wasn't for the internet, we wouldn't know hardly any of what most of us know now. So yeah. A lot of people want to always hate on the internet and technology, but wow, it's causing a worldwide awakening, that's for sure. But the real reason I came on today was just to talk a little bit about death. Had a really good friend that I knew for decades pass away, and it's really a good thing that he passed away. He had a very miserable life, and he was in a nursing home, and he was at the point where couldn't really talk, or I guess not even move really. Of course, in the end he was in hospice care. So yeah, there's nothing really negative about his death. I hope that doesn't sound cold-hearted, but there really isn't, because man, he gets to go on to his next adventure. He gets to be out of all the suffering that he was in. Yeah, he lived a very boring, long life, very isolated. So, he's just totally free now and able to, just get out of that misery he was in. And so many people get in these miserable lives and they just stay in them. I mean, with my friend, he didn't have a whole lot of choice because he was handicapped. He had a major head injury that made him paralyzed and at the mercy of other people taking care of him. And that's not always the best bet. So, yeah, he had a really long, slow, tough life. And he was only 66, but it's really a good thing that he didn't hang on until he was 86 or more, anymore, because there was no quality left in his life. But even if you have a great life, you shouldn't fear death, because it's just a portal to our next adventure. So, and if you don't fear death, it's really hard for the system to control you, because that's the number one thing they control people with, is fear that you're going to die. If you don't take this, then you're going to get this, and you might die. So, yeah, don't fear. There is nothing to fear. And that's one of the places where you get really empowered, when you quit fearing death. So empowering, because you'll stand up for yourself. You'll stand up for your rights. You'll own your sovereignty when you don't fear death or consequences. Like, I don't fear being in prison. I would just try to meditate a lot or whatever. I don't hope for it to go there. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to go to prison, but I don't fear it. I don't fear being tortured, because I think if I was being tortured enough, from what I understand, you basically leave your body, and you, the core, who's you, the signal, not the broadcast, that you it doesn't stick around for the torture. It goes somewhere else, and then often you come back, and that's how they do a lot of the trauma-based mind control. That's how they get people to have multiple personalities. But yeah, anyway, no fear. No fear. No fear. Nothing to fear. Nothing, nothing, nothing. It's a holographic reality anyway. We manifest it the way we want in our little biosphere around us, and that's just how it works. And so it's up to us to step into that and make the most of it and be the proper architect for our reality, so we don't just absorb the collective, which isn't always what we want. You know, democracy has a lot of issues. You know, to go with where everybody else is going isn't always the best thing to do. But yeah, and when people die, look at it as a celebration. You know, they get to move on, and even if everything was perfect in their lives, man, and they were a great person, that's even better. You know, their next life's going to be really charmed. So celebrate when people make that step and go off into the next lifetime that they're going to have. Yeah, it's not a negative thing, and maybe some people don't believe that's the way it is, but like I said before, if it's not that way, then it's a very harsh life to only get one go round at this. But yeah, we all die in the sense that these avatars stop performing, and we go on, and we decide what to do from there. And you know, any work we do here, it's in our core, it's in our personality. We take that with us. That's why all babies have different personalities. They brought those with them. They didn't just show up as blank slates. All babies are not the same. Not even animals. So yeah, we keep that with us. So, you know, and that's another thing, you know, the mindset that you're in when you die, that's going to carry over too. So if you have a joyous, blissful life, then the odds are that'll be the mindset that carries over. And if you're just miserable and bitter and depressed and just want this to get over with to go to the next one, but you're in a real low place, be mindful that that's what you're going to carry over with you. So get the energy behind it and enjoy this life. You know, there's no reason to hate this life. It's a great life. So let's celebrate when people make that Passover. And of course there's going to be mourning. I think most of the mourning is for ourselves for not being able to have that person in the physical anymore, but that doesn't mean you can't still communicate with them and be with them, as a lot of you already know. So anyway, no fear, no fear, no fear. There's nothing to fear. Look at all these flowers. All right, everybody, thanks for listening, and I will talk to you next time. Ciao, ciao. Don't forget Biggie.